This is level O, list 12, and we're doing the day 1 page. And in these words, we've got the oo sound in fruit, the UI, suit, pursuit, juice, recruit, and biscuit. This doesn't have the oo sound. We put it in, it's a sight word. It's more about the etymology or the history of the word, but you do have that UI in it as well. In the bottom words, we need to change highlighters, and we've got the TCH in these ones. So we've got clutch, scratch, stretch, and picture. Now you'll notice if you change to another colour, you've got, before the TCH in all of these words, you've got a short vowel. So the English rule is, after a short vowel we put TCH, after a long vowel sound we put CH. So we have rich, such, much, and which are all German words. So they just have CH at the end of them. They don't follow the English rule. So you've got at, et, and it there. Now change to another colour, and we'll go through and highlight some of the extra things that we can see happening in these words. In pursuit, you've got the sound with the UR, which is a bit tricky. Juice, you've got the CE making that sound at the end of that. Recruit, when you use RE as a prefix, it's always making a long E sound, and we're just using an E after that. Biscuit, now by means to, so what we're getting, and that looks a little bit like cut, because we quite often cut a biscuit. So cut by means it's cooked twice. So the first time it's cooked to make sure the biscuit is cooked, and then they cook it again, especially in the olden days, to make it last longer. So they cook it in after they've baked it, then they will cook it for a long time to make it last longer. So cook it long and slow. And that's because biscuits were often used to send if people were travelling a long way away and they needed food to last a long time, that's why they cook it slowly, to make it last longer. In the war, Australians, families that were here would often make biscuits and send them to their family members who were overseas and fighting. Clutch, we've got the C for the curt sound before an L. As you know, it's used before an A-O-U-L-R, and here we've got it before an R, so we know to use a C for the curt sound there. And ER on the end of pitch. We tend to give that a schwat sound, but you know it's ER at the end. Right, let's go back and look at what each of these words mean. So fruit is the produce that we get that usually contains sugar. It's got seeds in it. It's a type of food. A suit could be a business suit or a ski suit. It could also be something that's suited or matches something else. So it could be used in either structure, form. Pursuit means to chase someone. So if you had police pursuit, you'd know that the police were chasing someone. Juice is the liquid that we take from fruit and vegetables. So it could be both a noun and a verb. It's something you can do, and it's something you can actually have. A recruit is a new member to a group. We've talked about biscuit being like a flattened cake. It's got no rising agent in it. Clutch could mean a clutch purse or bag that someone might take out with them to keep their money and keys and phone and things in. You also have a clutch in a car, which helps you to change gears. And you can also, like a koala, baby koala would clutch hold of its mother, or you might clutch your mother's hand or father's hand when you're crossing a road. A scratch is a mark in something. If it's a mark in your skin, it might actually cut the surface of your skin a little bit. It means it's not very bad though. And you can scratch furniture and things as well if you're not careful. Stretch means to make something longer. And picture, now this can have two meanings. It could mean a jug, or it could also mean to throw or pitch a ball. Right, let's go back and read the word, sound the word, and spell the words. We'll just do the first one with you, and you can do the rest on your own. So I've got fruit, 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 F-R-U-I-T, F-R-U-I-T, F-R-U-I-T. So F, handle for the R, up to a point, smile to the U, up for the I, up for the T, tick off, then go back and dot your I and cross your T. This is O, list 12, and we're doing the day 2 page, and in here we've got the UI making the OO sound as in fruit, suit, pursuit, juice, recruit, and biscuit we put in as a sight word, it's not making that OO sound. Then we've got the TCH after a short vowel, we always put TCH, after a long vowel we put CH, so we've got clutch, scratch, stretch, picture. The words that don't fit that rule, much, such, which and rich, are because they are old Germanic words, not English words, so that's why they don't follow the English rule. Let's have a look at the other things we have in this list. We've got another R-controlled vowel here with the UR, making the sound. Juice, you know that if you see a C followed by an E, I or a Y, it's going to make the sound, so it's commonly used at the end of a word for the sound, and we often use SE for the Z sound. Re, we know that E can make a long vowel sound if it's used as a prefix. Biscuit, that's just one you're going to have to learn how to spell that word with the UI in there. Clutch, you've got the short vowel, in scratch, short ep, and the short I in picture, as well as an R-controlled vowel on the end with the ER. So once again, you probably give that a schwat sound, but you have to know that you're using ER to spell that sound on the end of that word. Okay, so what do these words mean? Fruit commonly has a seed inside or seeds inside it. It's something that's grown and probably should eat a little bit of fruit every day. Suit has a few meanings. So suit might mean that it matches something, like it suits you or it looks good. A suit could also relate to something like a business suit or a piece of clothing that a male might wear to work, or a female. It could be a suit for either. And you could have like a ski suit. Pursuit means to chase something. Juice is a liquid that comes from fruit, usually. A recruit is a new member. A biscuit, now the by in biscuit means twice, so a biscuit is an unleavened cake, like the same mix you'd use for a cake, but you don't put any rising ingredient in it, and the by means that it's been cooked twice. So the first time is just to cook it, and the second time is to dry it out so that it can last a longer period of time. Clutch could refer to holding on to something, like you might clutch your mother's hand as you cross the road. It could be a clutch purse, or it could be talking about the pedal in a car that helps you change gears smoothly. A scratch is a mark on the skin or a surface of furniture or something. Stretch is to make something longer, and a picture has more than one meaning too. It could be a jug, or it could be someone who throws a ball, who pitches a ball. Okay, let's go back and read the words down, the words, and spell them. We've got fruit, so that UI is making that OO sound. Cover it, and we'll use our running writing again. So we do a loop for the F, up for the R, U, I, T, and go back and dot the I and cross the T. You can finish those on your own. Now this part here, you just have to write a list word that means, and we've got some meanings there for you to write the word next to. Fill in the gap with the list word, so you've got to think about the meaning of those words and use the most appropriate word in each sentence. And down the bottom, a nice easy one for you, you've got some pictures there. You've got to find the best list word to write under each of those pictures. This is level O, list 12, and we're doing the day 3 page, and here we're revising the UI as in fruit, suit, pursuit, juice, recruit, and biscuit. So remember, biscuit is more of a sight word than anything. It means an unleavened cake which has been cooked twice to make it last for longer. Then we have the TCH after a short vowel in clutch, scratch, stretch, and picture. So the other things that we need to look at within those words is you've got that You are for the sound in pursuit. Juice, we're using CE at the end for the sound. Recruit, we know we use a C before an R for the cut sound. It makes its long E sound if it's used as a prefix or in at the end of a syllable. Clutch, you've got that short at in scratch, short et in stretch, and short it in picture. And we've got the ER on the end of picture, which says someone who pictures is a picture. Okay, let's have a look at what you have to do with all of that. You've got to read, sound, spell, cover, write, and check those words. Down here we're looking for the opposites or the antonyms, and you're using list words to complete that. Singular and plural nouns, we've given you the singular noun, we want you to write the plural. Just listen, if you hear is at the end of a word, scratches, you know you're putting es. If you simply hear a s at the end of a word, then you know it's just going to be an s you add. Now be aware that fruit is a collective noun, so you have one piece of fruit or a whole bag of fruit. So just be aware that that's a tricky one, that you don't actually have to change the word at all. It's singular and plural form are the same. Combined with the list word, we're looking for common word pairs, so words from the list that would commonly go with police, business, etc. Down the bottom here we've got verb families. Now you need to think about these carefully while you're doing them because there's some tricks in there. We've got the base words here. Here you're adding s and es or es. So if you hear s at the end of a word you write s, but if you hear is, you're going to write es. So clutch is would mean you're writing the es. So I've put some alerts on the ones that you need to be careful of and maybe discuss in your group. Now here, when you're adding the ing, you know e goes away when ing comes to stay. That's the only alert I've given you there. And here we've got ed being added to the end of these words, but don't be tricked by the fact that if you say clutched, juiced, scratched, and pitched, it sounds like a T at the end, but you know to write ed. And the same for this one, recruit, id, you're hearing the ed, so you know to write it in. Down here, these sayings, if you find them difficult, discuss them within your group, and if you still find it difficult and you can't work out what these mean, then you might have to Google them. This is Level O, List 12, Day 4, and what we're talking about today are helping verbs. So these are words that we use before the main verb. They occur before the main verb in a sentence and helps it to be more precise and denotes tense. So Troy, something, play football tomorrow. Now we've put some choices here for you. You can find more than one answer for each of these. So when you look at the marking code, there's going to be a lot of choices that you could have made. So if you just have one of them, your answer will be correct. So let's just have a look at this. Troy, something, play football tomorrow. Look at some of the choices you could have. Troy can play football tomorrow. Troy could play football tomorrow. Troy might play football. He must play football. He ought to. He shall play football. He should play football. He will play football. So you only have to choose one of those to fit that sentence. Now the choices will differ depending on the structure of the sentence. So you might want to discuss them, but you only need one of these helping verbs to be put into each of these sentences to make sure that you're giving that extra bit of information to make the sentence more precise.